fighting out of Citadel, the gym that I fight out of as well. Interesting enough, he's very new to the team. We've not worked with him a lot. This is a story fight. Check this out. He is a Kung Fu master, and this is like an old school style versus style fight. He has not done a lot of kickboxing. He's coming in trying to Kung Fu this Muay Thai guy, and I think it's going to be something out of a movie. This is blood sport in real life. You're going to see some weird stuff out of Will Asia.
I know. I had the pleasure of speaking with both of these gentlemen yesterday. Will Asia, he's been a name that's been in the MMA community for a long time. You see him following all the fighters. He's been around training forever, and he's excited to get in there and showcase his skills, however unorthodox they might be. Josh Haglof is stone cold. It's a difference of demeanor. He's just flat-faced in there, all business. Will Asia's excited. He's happy. You know, a lot of mutual respect between these two guys. A lot of great experience from both of these camps as Josh Haglof has entered the Cage Titans cage for the first time.
He does have an uncanny chill energy about him right now. He looks like he's just woken up from a nap, if he even has woken up yet.
Yeah. With Chip being his coach, Chip is an absolute student of Muay Thai. He loves everything about it. He knows the history. I've talked to him, and he can go for hours about Muay Thai history, so I'm sure that Haglof is going to be very, very strict with his technique.
Yeah. He might also be a student of yours, Ken Moy. You should have seen the suit he was wearing. It was impressive.
Are you talking about Haglof or are you talking about Chip?
Chip.
It did look good. Good summer colors. I dig the floral tie.
Absolutely. And, you know, Will Asia paying homage to his favorite fighter, his idol, Anderson Silva, walking out to DMX Ain't No Sunshine, just like his idol used to do.
Looking fresh. I like it. I mean, we don't see a lot of these, like, clash of styles necessarily, like maybe we did back when UFC was young, where we had karate versus kickboxing. Maybe it happened. Right now we may have kung fu.
I do have to say, I like the point that Andy made.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back
now
to Muay Thai
compared
action.
to Will's little
Our eighth bout of the
very
evening
animated,
is
very
scheduled
excited.
for 3 rounds, 2 minutes apiece.
I have a good feeling about this one. I think it is going to be
in the red corner.
Sight to behold.
This man stands
great way to start off the main
1
card.
inches tall, and he weighed in at 174 pounds. With a record of 1 win and 0 defeats, he's representing Surgeon Muay Thai and Sit Your Tongue. Let's give it up for Josh Haglof! And his opponent standing across from him in the blue corner.
Flexible.
He stands at 5 feet 10
does
inches
hot
tall, and he weighed in at
yoga and kung
172
fu.
pounds. Tonight, he makes his Muay Thai
Probably meditates
debut,
under waterfalls.
and he is representing
And it's
Citadel.
like Andy turned around,
Let's
like,
hear
where'd
it
he go?
for
Oh.
the Nigerian Ninja, Will Asia. Our referee for this matchup is Alan
Haglof does. He
Lau.
looks like a serial killer, and I don't mean that to sound any way. It's just
No, I agree.
he's like a dangerous kind of silent.
His level of relaxedness is a little bit unnerving, even me being outside the cage. But let's see how it translates to the fight.
Asia in the blue gear, Haglof in the red gear. High kick early, just floated out there. Will Asia with his hands down immediately, throwing a
Penchant for
1-2.
showboating. What's interesting about traditional Muay Thai versus, say, the Kung Fu style of Will Asia is that kickboxing and Muay Thai generally is a bit more in the pocket, whereas the traditional martial arts keep it at a much more distant range.
Very calm for his
And
debut.
you see how he covers distance in that way. So his radius of attack is much longer than Haglof's probably is going to be, but Haglof should have the advantage on the inside.
And he's going to just come forward all night, most likely. But Will just seems so calm and cool.
He does. Let's hope he doesn't get a little too carried away, because sometimes the showboating can unnerve the opponent. Sometimes it leaves you open.
Time is of the essence.
He is landing those hands and evading the counters, however.
Frustrating Haglof a bit with his misses. Nice jab from Will Asia.
Those punches come
He's
from
showboating
funny
after
angles.
everything.
What's interesting, however, though his elusive style is very effective, Muay Thai punishes you in the rule set for conceding ground.
Yeah.
So even if he's landing while evading, he looks bad under the criteria of Muay Thai. And I'm sure that Alan Lau just warned him that he can't.
He needs to
He
really
needs to
make
engage.
these count.
Well, now he's firing while moving backwards at
Yes.
least instead of just backing up.
He needs to hurt him with those shots if that's his game plan.
Oh, Haglof got stung by that head kick followed by the right hand. And, you know, despite the timid nature of Will Asia, he's landing a high percentage of what he's throwing with big power.
Definitely.
That Kung Fu style is working out. Nice jab, but he eats one for his troubles, too.
I love Venom Page a little bit here.
Well, I will say one thing about that style. They have such a focus on unorthodox physical conditioning in that they're very balanced, very explosive, and can cover distance in a way that you don't see a lot in the more traditional combat sports, and that so far has been paying off for him.
Very much so. It was a surprising amount of pop that he had with his side kicks, his teeps, you know, throwing single shots. And then when he started piecing his hands together and catching Haglof, kind of like sleeping. He's like, oh, this guy's got his hands down. I've never seen a Muay Thai fighter fight like this before. And then he's getting popped with shots that are coming from the hip. Something that you don't normally see in this sport. So I'm very interested to see the adjustments that are being made in Haglof's corner.
Coming from a Sancho background, which is kickboxing but a form of Kung Fu, I've seen this sort of thing play out before. And what does sometimes happen, and Will has to watch out for, is eventually the Muay Thai fighter in a lot of fights I've seen like this gets wise to it, starts just not respecting it, walking him down and imposing the clinch, and which turns it all around. So hopefully Will will keep his footwork going and not let that happen, but that's definitely, I'm sure, what Chip has instructed his fighter to do, is to impose that close range game in this round coming up.
Excellent corners with both of these fighters, with Andy Cote and Chip Pollard in the corner of Josh Haglof. Eric Grossman in the corner of Will Asia.
Yep.
Stalking immediately.
You can hear Chip already calling for forward pressure. He spoke extensively about how knees score well and how important the clinch is. So
nice leg kicks early from Haglof. Instructions to stalk, couple leg kicks answered by Will Asia, and a nice left hand from Asia.
So far, this has been playing out very differently from the last round. He's still, Haglof, that is, did get caught by a good punch, but him not respecting Asia's space is making a difference and paying dividends.
Definitely. Not much time to work in that clinch. Early break from Alan Lau, and a nice right hand with a right kick from Haglof. As he's starting to piece together some good shots.
Will liking that distance where he can generate that quick, explosive shot, but that oppressive forward pressure is kind of stifling that. Will, though, hanging in there, doing good shot for shot.
Will's definitely landing the more powerful shots here.
He throws those big, long, straight punches, and they score.
Well, what's interesting, though, is that it's really the kicks that score in Muay Thai. They hurt for sure, but those body kicks are what's going to really pay dividends on the judges' scorecard, even more than the punching. Like, that was a big scoring body kick, as was that. Even if blocked on the arms, if it moves you, it scores.
Definitely.
Nice knee in there from Haglof. He's landed a couple of those, which do score big points in Muay Thai, but we've seen some non-Muay Thai friendly scorecards per se so far this evening.
That is true. That is true. It does seem to be a little bit skewed towards the American and or MMA bias of punching. So that's a good point.
That was good adjustments made from Josh Haglof in that second round. He had a lot more success with his output, seemed to stifle the effectiveness of Will Asia through that second stanza. Still might need to overcome and get a finish in this third round if he wants to walk away with the win, but who knows with the way the score is.
Will Asia did land some good stinging shots in that round. I think you had a very good point about the judging. It's going to depend on what their criteria is in terms of who comes out with the win, based only off of, or at least who comes out with the win in that round. I could see it scored different ways depending on who the judge is. So I agree with you. Haglof does have to come out strong if he wants to win in this round, whereas Asia may be able to coast off the first and maybe the second, depending on how the judges saw it, or he may also be in jeopardy now.
He's an entertaining coaster because he throws when he coasts.
Definitely. And I feel they have been favoring punches a little more than you would expect in a Muay Thai fight, so this is going to be tough to call.
I'd say that this is definitely living up to my expectations about being a very interesting visual spectacle in this clash of styles, this unorthodox clash of styles.
Absolutely.
Spinning kicks from Will Asia now. Big right hand and a left hand.
Superman off the cage.
Almost ducked into a head kick.
Haglof is getting consistent with those kicks. Blocked the counterpunch from Asia.
Thunderous as well with those. They're definitely moving his opponent.
Eats a shot to the face that time, though.
Really good pop on the punches from Will Asia. Throwing them low, too, so they're very disguised.
Yeah, you just don't see them coming.
I think that knee had a pretty solid effect on Asia's body that time.
He seemed to back up a bit.
Did change his body language a little.
Yeah.
Good poker face, though. Haglof doesn't seem to have detected the damage he's done to the body. Oh, a nice right kick to the body. You hear the corner
Beautiful
screaming
knee.
noise. That was a low blow. Passionate corner advice from Chip the Surgeon.
Thankfully, the mic's not on him anymore because that was not so family friendly.
No.
Albeit apt advice.
Plenty of time to recover from this accidental low blow. Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head, Kinmoy. That was a brilliant clash of styles thus far through 2.5 rounds. The Kung Fu style, very evident in Will Asia, just the way he's able to close distance with singular popping shots and throw from funky angles.
Absolutely, great flexibility, great dexterity, great balance, but he is getting walked down and bullied now.
That body might be hurt. It landed a nice
But he's rallying back with those punches.
Oh, another nice knees to the body. A good group of them. He's blocking them to the body, but they're still adding up.
Those
Haglof coming back big.
Those are doing damage.
Oh, he's shot.
Those are definitely adding up to the body, and they score big under this rule set.
15 seconds left in this bout. Another nice kick to the body and a knee. Big time points being scored for Haglof in the closing seconds of this fight. What a matchup this has been, and they go the distance. 3 rounds of Muay Thai war, momentum shifts, a tale of 3 different rounds. Will Asia using elusive movement and explosive power shots from awkward angles in the first round seemed to fluster the traditional Thai style that was brought to the table by Haglof, but the adjustments were made in the second round, which could go either way, and then all of a sudden, beautiful Muay Thai technique from bell to bell in round 2, landing precise kicks, clinching up, landing devastating knee after devastating knee, punishing the body of Will Asia. I have no idea how this one's going to go.
That third round was as lopsided as the first round, just in the opposite direction. It is going to come down to how the judges perceive that second round.
Couldn't agree with you more.
100%.
That being said, either way, I'd like to see a lot more of Will Asia. He is entertaining as heck.
So fun. Haglof did a fantastic job of dragging the fight back into his world where he had a little more dominance. But Will Asia, I mean, tremendous first round. I mean, just fantastic. Looking like Michael Venom Page or Conor McGregor and Anderson Silva made like a love child or something. I mean, just fantastic. I can't wait to see more of that gentleman. Wicked fight.
I actually think that he'd be more effective in MMA rather because of the little gloves and because of the difference in the scoring emphasis.
Can you imagine getting cracked with one of those punches with a 4-ounce glove on?
Doesn't sound very fun to me.
Certainly not. When you don't see it coming, ooh.
And that's the funny thing about
it. Was at 175.
It's true.
They're big boys.
Yeah, they're not thick, but they are tall. Very curious
Ladies and
to see what
gentlemen,
the
let's give
judges
it
are
up for
gonna
these 2 warriors.
think about this one.
Man.
After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge David Ginsburg scored 29-28 for Will Asia. Judge Sean Flanagan scores this fight 29-28 for Josh Haglof. And Judge Jason Grenier scores this fight 29-28, giving you your winner by decision, Josh Haglof!
That was very well contested. However, I think while they both landed great shots in the second round, the shots that Haglof landed were the more important ones under the Muay Thai rule set.
Exactly. He started to really control the fight where it mattered most in the Muay Thai rule set.
Landing the knees, landing the body kicks, stalking forward, whereas Asia did land very well going backwards, but if you're conceding ground, that's not what they're looking for, and if you're conceding ground, throwing punches, also not what they're looking for, and I think that is what ultimately made the difference there.
That was fight of the night as far as I'm concerned. I was screaming through that. That was
Thus
awesome.
far.
What a comeback from Josh